Hey, Dee. I think it's working. Knock on wood. Because if it does work, we can get this card finished. Much better connection, I take it. Very good. Glad to hear it. It's about time something works, right? Yep, I'm back. YouTube can't get rid of me that easy. YouTube might try, but YouTube might fail. Of course, I failed for 3 weeks to get on YouTube. But kept trying. Was getting very frustrated. I did do one recording that I pre-recorded. Yeah, I think my internet connection. You know, we live in a very rural area. We're surrounded by farms. We don't have much access to high-speed internet here. And we're lucky that we have what internet capacity that we do have. Now, if I were recording on my new iPhone, I probably could record on my data plan instead of on my Wi-Fi. But I like to use my Wi-Fi as much as possible. And I'm just coloring in this little schnauzer. What a cute little schnauzer. I think schnauzers are adorable little doggies. I really do. They're very intelligent. Very active, though, I think, in some ways. Ooh, that made his face a little dark. Let's go back to the light gray. See what we got. You have 2 schnauzers. Aw. What are their names? Whoa. The cat just went flying across the room. Okay, very good, Wampus. I'm glad. Yeah, I must have had a very, very unstable connection when I first went live. But that's what happens when you live in a rural area. We have the next thing above dial-up. It's called DSL. It's connected through our home phone. So, Sissy and Scooter. Aw, how cute. When they heard me say their name, did their ears perk up just now? Cute. Sissy and Scooter. If you said my dog's name and she heard you on the YouTube or over the internet, she would start barking immediately. Okay, I'm just coloring in the flower and the ball and the dog bone. And then we can get this card finished. Scooter ran outside. Oh, that's so funny. Alrighty, we're going to have some pink flowers. One pink, and I'm going to make the other one red. Oh, I love coloring in flowers. I can't wait to start making more spring-like cards with flowers and watercolors and aqua pigments. That'll be nice. Okay, I lost my lid for that one. It went flying across the room. I'll look for it later. Put these back in here. I'll make this a different color pink. It'll still be a pinkish color, but it'll be more like a purple pink. I have these Memento dual markers that I purchased a long time ago, and I hardly ever use them. So I'm going to try to start using them more. They have a very nice brush tip, and they put down some pretty color, I think. All right. So we have the inside of our card created. It's just a 1 layer inside. And I want it to, here, let me get back in the frame here. This is how I want it to look. So I'm going to have to adhere it. Okay, what am I doing here, folks? Let's see. Okay, I have to trim this. That's what I have to do. This is the mechanics of card making, right? Like, people don't realize you have to kind of think about it. You have to kind of think about, well, how am I doing this? Oh, yeah, and you have to think about it, especially when you're trying to do masking. I don't know if you've ever tried to make a card that's like masking. Oh my gosh. I worked last night for hours trying to make this card with masking. I could not figure out the technique. I could not figure out where to put my different, the trees in the barn. Oh, it was a complete failure. I clearly did not know what I was doing. So that's a technique I'm going to have to keep practicing, because they make it look so easy on YouTube. It's really not. It's really confusing to me. Yeah, there is lots of math, Dee. Yes, and Jerry, and you know, I'm just getting my card base ready here. Trying to figure out how this is going to work. Okay, so what I need to do is do a die cut on this part of the card, so that when I open the card, these guys are on the inside. Yes, that's what I need to do. But can I do it successfully? That is the question. So that's what I'm thinking. Okay, does that make sense? Hey, Heidi. Thank you for jumping on today. I'm having, knock on wood, better luck getting this YouTube situated and figured out. I'm about to grab my Big Shot. I'll be right back and grab that. We're making a Get Well card. We're using a really cute stamp set that features little dogs and cats. But I picked the dogs because my friend had surgery and she loves dogs. So I'm making her this Get Well Soon with the dogs on it. Let me take a... Yeah, please excuse the messiness of my desk. I try so hard to keep it organized, but it never works. It never works. It's just not possible. I just think that I am too crowded. I have too much stuff. Someday, I hope to have a more organized craft room where I can... These are the Dynamics Inside Out Stitched Oval. I don't know. They were my sister's. She purchased those. Someday I hope to have a more organized craft room where I can have actual drawers that pull out and actual cabinets that I can store things in. Right now I have this system of a big long table with some, you know, shelving on it, and then everything else is in totes around the room. I do have a couple carts that I purchased at Michael's. Okay, so where did I put my... Sorry, folks, talking to myself. I lost track of my embossed. Here it is. Okay. I'm going to make sure this all lines up to the best that I can line it up. Yeah, I think that's good. So I don't really go for perfection. I just go for it. That's my motto. I don't go for perfection. I just go for it. Yeah. So, Dee, are you going to sell a car in order to remodel a room for your crafts? Is that what you're planning on doing? Whoa, that was a great big gigantic speed bump. Sorry, that's probably very loud as well. Sorry about that. Okay. It's fun, but can be aggravating. So I was trying to make this card that had masking and everything. Oh, I could not get it figured out. I just have to show you so that you guys can commiserate with me. Okay, so this is a Gina K stamp card set, stamp set. And look at what I did. I put the trees in the wrong place when I was trying to mask. So this was my best bet right here. This was my best try, I guess you could say. I need to color it in and try to salvage it. But I stamped on the back and you can kind of see through. And there's a lot of ink smudging here, but I think I'm going to try to salvage this. Because it was the best one I made all night last night when I was trying to make this. And then I tried to do it, and then my tree went crooked, so that was a failure. This one, that was just sort of like me trying to figure it out. And then I thought I'd put some mountains in the background. And then, of course, I kept stamping them in the wrong order. Look at that. Come on now. How long does it take somebody to figure out how to stamp a barn and some trees? I guess for me, it takes forever because I still haven't gotten the hang of it yet. Look at all that. But you know what? It's a learning process, and this is all new to me, so self-taught, right? You do the best you can with what you have, and you just keep trying until you get it right. That's the way I look at it. But I like that stamp with the barn and the trees, you know, because right now it's wintertime. That card that I just showed you that I wasn't successful at making, yep, that's how we learn, right? We just have to try and try again. That card was for my uncle's 90th birthday. Okay, so that's my uncle on my husband's uncle. He's 80, and they're having a card shower for him. So, but that card didn't work, so I made something else for him. Oh, that looks pretty cute. I'm pretty happy with that. I have a little bit of a gap here. Let me zoom in a little bit. It's a little bit uneven. But those are the kind of things that I think we card makers notice. But sometimes, you know, the recipients might not notice. So I'm going to go with it. Just have to decide which way I want my frame to... Oh, that's actually better. That way it covers more of the top. It's a little reverse. And then I have a little blank spot down here. I can always put a word down at the bottom. Yes, frontmost image first. Working your way to the background. Yes, I know my marker's uncapped. It went flying across the room. And I don't know where it went. It just went flying across the room. Oh, there it is. It's on the floor. I found it. All right. Okay. So yeah, I'm going to keep trying at that. I'm going to keep trying to get that right. All right, I'm just going to use a little bit of tape to adhere this down. I use the dot runners, the dot glue runners, because sometimes I get really crooked, and sometimes whenever I use the straight glue runner, it's hard for me to get it adjusted right. So yeah, I'm definitely going to have to buy a better camera setup, because this that I have right here, this is the that's right. I don't want it to dry out either, but it literally went catapulting across the room. So I figured I wouldn't be able to find it, but then I looked down and there it was. But this that I have my camera on, this base, you know, it definitely gets in the way, and it takes away from as much workspace as I could have. So eventually I would like to have some kind of either something built into my wall that comes out or something overhead. But haven't got there yet. Okay, so for the card front, I'm going to use glue. I'm going to use art glitter glue, because then I have a little bit of a wiggle room. Yeah, this is a toolbox that my son made one year at Scout Camp, and I just kind of attached the iPhone to this tripod that is flexible, and I wrapped it around the top, and then I put a selfie stick around it. Like, I just, you know, I went cheap. because I don't really have the money to go blowing it on video equipment. That's not something I can do right now, but it works. So Sandy and Lisa and those of you that are in Pittsburgh, I was supposed to be in Pittsburgh today. I was supposed to be at Robert Morris University with my son at Merit Badge University for Boy Scouts. Yeah, that was the plan, the original plan anyways. We had registered and we had made plans to attend. And, we were planning on going for one day today, which didn't happen because we got an email saying that it's actually a 2-day Merit Badge University and that we'd have to come back again in March. And the date that we would have to come back again in March is not going to work because we have other plans that day. So we had to withdraw from Merit Badge University, and the merit badge that he was going to work on, he's going to instead pursue that at summer camp. So that's what happened to our plans to go to Pittsburgh today. But it gave me a chance to actually be home, and I've been working on my taxes today, which is not fun, but it's something we have to do. And then my son is in a bowling league with my husband, and they had bowling today. So when they left for bowling, I started working on getting ready to do a video because I figured it's daylight for one thing, and I'm going to record a video today no matter what. Because normally, I'm sorry, I'm off screen. Normally, it's not until I get home from work, it's dark. And so my ability to record a video during daylight hours is greatly limited. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I could use some washi tape on the bottom. That would look cute. Yeah. Yes, Sandy, I would like to get together with you when I do come to Pittsburgh. And you too, Lisa. I want to get together with you ladies. And I appreciate, Sandy, that you sent me that information about the stamp camp that's held in Greensburg. So I read your email, and it looks like they have it during the day, but they also have it during the evening on the 25th, which is 2 days from now. So are you planning on going to that? And do you go during the day instead of the evening? And how about you, Lisa? Okay, the morning. Okay. Okay. Well, hopefully there'll be a day when I have a day off and I can join you during the daytime. I was going to go to the night one, but then I thought, oh man, it's not over till 10 o'clock. And that would put me, till I got home, it'd be 11 o'clock. Yeah, I don't like driving at night either. And on the 26th is my big operations meeting at work, which I am responsible for. And I really don't want to be drowsy for that because we go over a lot of strategic planning and whatnot. So it's really important that I am alert and that I'm on my A game. So probably going to stamp camp till 10 o'clock at night, not getting home to midnight. And you know how it is when you get home at midnight, you can't fall asleep right away. I mean, when you get home at 11, I can't anyways. I can't go straight to bed because coming from stamp camp, it'll be real exciting and I'll be like all fired up and I want to talk to my husband about all the cool things that I learned, and he'll be saying, let's go to bed. I'm tired. And I'll say, I'm not really tired. I just want to watch a little TV. Or knowing me, I will want to go play in my craft room a little bit. Okay. Oh, that's great that Diane's supposed to go. It sounds like a lot of fun. Hey, Fatima, I didn't see you jumping on here. I was busy putting washi tape on my little card with doggies. Well, thanks, Sandy. I don't have that much washi tape, but the color that I do have worked out. So I thought that worked out pretty good. Okay. Thank you. So we just got, the dogs that you can see through the window. How much is that doggy in the window? That's what that reminds me of. And then when you open it up, it says, sorry, it's been rough. Thank you, Fatima. My girlfriend is recovering from surgery, And then I'll write a little note down here that I hope that she has a speedy recovery. And then, as always, on the back of the card, I take my custom stamp that we received at the Brutus Monroe anniversary party. That was something that we received in our swag bags. And I put some detail ink on that. And I just carefully apply that to the back. And I love it. I love having that custom stamp. I think that is so much fun. Thank you, Heidi. I'm glad you all like it. I think my friend will like it too. I think it's cheerful. Okay, so I'm going to do one more card today because I want to make sure that the friend of mine who is in the hospital gets her card because of her illness. So for those of you who weren't able to see when we first went live earlier today, we were able to, I was able to assemble some of the sections of this card ahead of time. This is just a background stamp. This is a Simon Says background stamp. Roses, just really pretty. And then vellum on the top. So I just learned how to start using vellum. So this is a new technique for me because I had never used it before. And what I did was, I'm having trouble concealing the adhesive. So what I did was I put a piece of cardstock down the side, sort of like a book or whatever. And then I have these die cuts from LDRS Creative that I'm going to adhere. And I don't really have to worry about the adhesive because, you know, you're not going to see it once I put it on the back of this oval. Now I'm going to stamp the sentiment on the inside because the friend of mine who's going to receive this, she doesn't have very good vision. And I want to have a very large sentiment on the inside that she has the opportunity to actually see. So, well, that's nice, Heidi. You got this personalized stamp from Alt New. How cool is that? That's great. So, are you still there, Cattywampus? I was going to ask you about the card you're designing for your son's birthday. It's really hard for me to keep track of. Oh, you're taping. Like videotaping or taping a card? Okay, so this I'm going to have to glue. Oh, washi tape. Okay. What I was about to show you before YouTube kicked me off earlier, because YouTube was like mad at me for actually having, you know, something go my way for once. This is the card, one of the cards that I made my son for his birthday. It turned out really cute. It has a picture of a dog on the front of it, and I used the Brutus Monroe circle birthday stencil. This is just distress ink that I blended in the background. And the reason why I'm showing you this is because as we were talking about our pets, you know, our little fur babies, this dog reminds me of what my dog looks like. Okay, and her name is Carly, and she's mostly a yellow lab, but she has a little bit of pit bull in her, and she has a little bit of everything in her. So, and then I just had a die cut that I used glitter stock and cut out happy birthday. Yeah, so I was really happy with how this card turned out. And even though it was a circle stencil, I made it look square just by the way I cut the card panel. So I thought it turned out pretty cute. So, Cattywampus, maybe you can show us a picture of the card that you're making. Maybe when you're done with it, she's making a card for her son's 14th birthday. Ooh, that sounds nice. Oh, that's cool. I like that idea. I'd love to see the finished product. Just going to put a little bit of glue on this. I have this little plastic glue container that has a fine tip needle that helps whenever I'm trying to apply. these detail things. I could have used adhesive when I put it through the die cut machine, but I wasn't thinking that far ahead. I was thinking a little bit ahead, but not that far ahead. Oh, great. I'll be looking forward to seeing that card. It sounds really cool. I think the gears are really cool. I've seen them in different Tim Holtz products or whatever. I think that they're very like masculine and stuff. So that's nice. My son loves to play video games too, so he gets stuck on one game. I'll be looking forward to seeing that. Okay, so I'm just going to bring this up a little closer so you can see how that turned out. I think that turned out pretty nice. And somebody mentioned earlier that they like the colors. I like the colors too. This reminds me of coral. I think that's a pretty color. So what I'll do is I'll put a white piece of cardstock in the middle here. And I'll find my largest Get Well Soon stamp that I could possibly find and stamp the inside of that. So card number 2 is done. So that was an easy one. That one went really quick. Okay, let's get to number 3 and then we'll see if we have time to do number 4. If not, it's okay. We'll do the best we can. All right, so here we go. This card is the Brutus Monroe and Unity floral or botanical background stamp. And I just used, actually what I used was, I'll show you here. Hold on one second. I have this Hero Arts Ombre ink pad. Okay, and it is a dye ink and it's called Ombre Meadow, and it has this beautiful purple, blue, and green ink. I love this ink pad. And so what I did was I took the stamp and I just, yeah, made the different colors, the tricolor. You know, I just tried to stamp the roses purple. Yeah, mine too, Fatima. Tried to stamp the leaves green. Did the best I could. I mean, it's not perfect, but that's okay because we're going to put vellum over top and it still has that muted look. So, you know, a lot of people that make crafts, they say that their favorite color is purple. So, I don't know. I've never done a scientific study on it, but there's a lot of folks in our crafting world who love purple. Okay, so I have this. Ah, okay, Heidi. Yours too. Okay, Sandy, what's your favorite color? What's your favorite color, Lisa? And anybody else that's watching that I didn't mention, because I have a hard time keeping track of everybody. We've got 3 for purple. Okay. While you're posting that, I want to show you. Yep, Lisa, she's purple too. See what you think about this tape here. So I told you guys in the first video, or part 1 of this video, that I ordered some items from Scrapbooking Made Simple. And they included some free products in the packet. Okay, Cattywampus purples and teal blues. Yep. So one of the items that they included is this double-sided adhesive tape. All right. And I was watching different YouTube videos, and a lot of people recommended using this type of tape to adhere vellum. So I'm going to slowly allow you all to weigh in and let me know what you think. To me, I think it might show up because it looks a little cloudy. I'm afraid that if I use it, it will show up behind the vellum. I just don't know what else to use because I'm not that practiced at using vellum. But this looks like a nice tape. It's pretty sticky as well. My fingernails look terrible. My skin is so dry. I have terrible hangnails right now. Sorry to keep harping on that, but it's like a little pet peeve of mine. Well, in the meantime, as you guys are trying to think about how would be the best way for me to adhere my vellum, I do have this die cut. Oh boy, I hope I can get it off. I should have probably taken it off this tape right away. I took 2 layers and glued them together just to make it a little bit thicker. Okay, and this sentiment says prayers. It's done on glitter stock. Okay, so you wrap vellum around the edge of the card to tape behind the mat. Oh, that's a good idea. That way you're sort of wrapping it like a present and it's not visible. It's a really good idea. Okay, so what I'll do is probably not be able to do that today because I have my piece of vellum cut out already. And to wrap it around, I already glued my panel onto my card base, but I will keep that in mind because that way it hides all the adhesive. Great idea. Great idea. Okay, so let's glue this down. Yeah, I could do that. I could put some little dots of glue and then put sequins or flat back pearls even. That's probably what I'll end up doing for this card. I'm going to just put some glue on this sentiment. I better do it off of my vellum, otherwise I will make a mess. I know this is probably hard to see, and it's really boring anyways to watch me put glue on a sentiment. So, what were we talking about earlier before we got cut off? Let's see here. Yeah, so Stamp Camp. I hope to go to that with you all someday. I hope that when I'm in Pittsburgh again, we can all get together and have lunch. Or maybe we can just plan a day when we can all just get together and have lunch. And Diane as well. That would be great. I hope Diane is doing well. Oh, put a piece of ribbon under the sentiment. I do have some purple ribbon. Let's see if I can find it here. And then glue under the ribbon. Okay, to hold the vellum. Okay, so I have this purple ribbon. It's not really thick. Holy cow, look at me getting my sentiments stuck on my ribbon. Ugh, making a mess already. Hi, Caroline. How are you? It's so nice to see you, my friend. I hope you're doing well. I hope your mom is doing well. I hope you got to visit each other. Okay, so trying to figure out how to adhere this. You guys are really fancy with the ribbon. Okay, is this what you mean? Sorry, I was off camera. I'm not sure if you mean for me to put the vellum, to put the ribbon in the middle of the card. Or should I put the ribbon up higher? And then, let me see. Oops, so down in the middle? Okay. I wish I had thicker ribbon, but I don't. So we'll just make do. Yes, Caroline, I finally lucked upon a YouTube video that explained that if you have an iPhone and you have your settings on Zoom because you're close to 50 and you can't very well see the icons on the iPhone because they're so small, which I had mine zoomed to the maximum magnification, that it will interfere with your ability to tape and landscape on YouTube. So who knew? Something like that would, it's like a glitch. Something like that would interfere with the ability to film in landscape. Yeah, I'm glad Oh, I thought you got to see her already. I thought you had already made your trip. Okay. I'm glad you're going to get to see her. That's wonderful. Okay. All right. So we're going to put it in the middle. I'm really nervous. Never done this before. Trying to figure out what I'm doing here. Okay. So first I've got to get the vellum to stay in place. Yeah, it's just to hide the adhesive. Right. Okay, so let's take a little bit of glue. Just a little bit. It doesn't take a lot to hold this vellum down. Okay, that is actually even, believe it or not. And we'll put our vellum down and we'll hold it for a second. Oh, you're going back again. Okay, I misunderstood. Well, good for you, Carolyn. That's wonderful. Yeah, Dee was watching earlier, but I got booted off. Like you said, you were watching the video thinking that it was recorded already. But what happened was YouTube would not allow me to continue filming. So I just started over on another live. That's what I had to do. Okay, so then question, how do we then take care of this issue on the back side of the ribbon? What do I do? Do I cover that with a piece of paper? Hey Diane, how are you? I'm so glad to see you. I was just asking how you were doing. So Heidi, what do I do with the ribbon on the back side? Or do I just cut it and glue it to the front side and don't worry about the back side? Oh, fishtails. Okay. Yeah. I wish I could do that. I'm not really good at that, but I will give it a try. Well, I'm glad that you're doing well, Diane. I've been trying to address the YouTube issues that I was having. Had some luck by lucking out the other day and watching a video which explained that if you have your iPhone set on any kind of magnification settings, any type of zoom so that you can see your email more clearly or your text better, that is going to interfere with your ability to do landscape recording. So that's what I found out. Oh, okay. So I'll fold it in half and cut it at an angle from corner to folded edge. Well, that makes sense. Oh gosh, I'm so glad you guys are helping me. I'm kind of bumbling my way through this. Okay, so let me see here. Where do I want to trim this at? Here. Okay, I'm going to try to cut it at an angle, like a fishtail. Actually, I did pretty good for that freehand right there, but this is going to make it much better. Thank you for the advice. Heidi, you should be a teacher. Your instructions are so clear. Ah, check it out. Oh my goodness, I'm so proud of myself. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Never thought there would be a day when I could figure out how to do that. Today is that day. Okay. Yes. Well, the one side doesn't look as nice as the other. Let me try to fix it. It's my cutting error. The way I'm cutting it is not correct. The way I'm trimming it. Yeah, that's a great tip. Thank you so much for sharing that. Okay, now we have a better looking fishtail. Okay. How about it? That was Cattywampus. I'm sorry. You guys, I'm not really good at moderating. I need to have my husband sit here and help me read the text. Like Tracy from Gift Basket Appeal. I love her. She has her husband, Bill. He helps her out by listening and watching to see what people are typing and saying, and then relaying it to her. Okay. All right, so we're just gonna glue this down to the card with just 2 little bits of it glue, not a lot. Okay. I'm just trying to clean up a little bit of the mess that I made here. Okay, we're just putting a couple little dots of glue on there. Okay. I'm a little heavy-handed, so hopefully I didn't press too hard. Okay. All right, and then we have our sentiment, which hopefully I can get off of that piece of wood. I laid it to the side, and I forgot that I had just put fresh coat of glue on it. Okay. Oh, this glue, I'll tell you what kind of glue this is. Just give me 1 second. Oh, that looks really pretty. And you know what, Cattywampus? That piece of ribbon really makes that pop. Oh, what a great tip. I know what I'm going to be doing. I know what I'm going to be doing from now on all the vellum cards that I make. Once I find a technique, I keep using it over and over again. I don't know about you all. I like that. I think that really stands out. Oh, what a great tip. Thank you so much for that. That really helped me a lot. I was really struggling, with how to take care of that. Okay, so this adhesive is from Scrapbooking Made Simple. They included a sample pack with my order. It's called Stay Put Glue. And let me show you the bottle it comes in. Okay. So the glue, like they send it in this nice little pack, okay? And it comes in this large bottle, which would be fine. But when I went to open it, I didn't realize it. I cut the nib off. Thank you, Diane. I cut the nib off, so I had to then stick it in one of these little bottles. This is just a Doris bottle. And actually, I like this bottle. It gives me so much better precision when I am adhering things. I'm afraid I would have made a total mess with this. And then I also, a lot of times, will use the art glitter glue from May May. And I have the fine tip nozzle for that. And that was really good stuff, too. And then I have Brutus Monroe craft glue. But I need to get some kind of smaller tip for it. And so I don't use that as frequently, but I do use it. I mean, I use all kinds of glues. I mean, I'm crazy about glue. I have the Gina K Connect glue, which I really like as well. That's awesome. And then I have the Nuvo Deluxe Adhesive Clear Drying Craft Glue. So, I mean, I just go crazy on glues. Just different ones I like to try just to see how they're going to work. But I do like this Scrapbooking Made Simple, Simply Defined Stay Put glue. I like it. Oh, you left your pin out. Oh my goodness. You'll probably have to put it in. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. You have to find the pin. Gotcha. All right, let me see if I can clean this mess up a little bit. I've got little pieces of ribbon everywhere. So what I'll do then, I'll finish the inside of this card with a personal note regarding my friend not feeling well. She missed church last week and I was worried about her. I'm just a little behind on getting my cards out, but I'm getting there. I'm getting there slowly but surely. And then I have one more card that I want to make, and I mean, I understand if you can't stay. This one uses the, it's called Ultimate Craft. Ultimate Crafts. I have a, it's funny you should ask, Caroline. I have a stopper topper for my glossy accents. Look at that. I mean, I seriously have every type of glue, I swear to God, that was ever created, okay? I have this Tombow multi-liquid glue. And I have this matte multi-medium glue. I don't know. I just jump around from glue to glue. But I do like the scrapbooking made simple. So what I do, Heidi, I don't know if you saw, but I made a list. What I did with it, I don't know. But I make a list of the people that I'd like to send cards out to. I try to do this every Sunday night. And I try to make a little note about the person, what's their situation that they're facing, and what kind of card they might like. So the one lady had surgery and she likes dogs. So this is going to be her card. The second lady is in the hospital. She has really bad vision, so I'm going to put a really big sentiment in the middle of her card. The third lady was not feeling well and didn't make it to church. So we're concerned about her, and I made her a get well card. So this card is for the couple who has the flu, and they're an elderly couple. Yeah, Caroline, I find that the list helps me stay organized because otherwise I just gravitate to the next shiny object. Like when Christopher gets online and shows us chroma glazes and, aqua pigments and all kinds of really, new and exciting things, then I have a tendency to want to buy it all, which I can't afford to do. And then I have a tendency to not keep track of who I actually wanted to send a card out to in the first place. So I've been trying to make a list. I did send out one sympathy card earlier this week. And I send out a happy anniversary card too. So I got 2 done. And today's my catch-up day. I'm getting the rest of them done. Oh, thanks, Heidi. Yeah, I mean, Christopher is like sin on the screen. I mean, he is so tempting. And when he goes live with all of his wonderful products, I mean, they're so well made. And the quality is amazing. So, I mean, how could you not want to have it, And sometimes I have this syndrome, I want it all, But I've been trying to really restrain myself from that. Yep, he's just like crack. Yes, he is. You're absolutely right. All right, so I've got this. I like this pattern paper. It's got feathers, all right? Oh, Caroline, you have much better willpower than me if you can refrain from watching, because I can't stop watching. So this owl I thought would look cute on the front of this card face, this card panel, but I'm worried that it's a little bit too busy and the owl's not standing out well enough. So I thought I would emboss this owl. Okay, so I need to get my embossing buddy out, get my glitter. I'm going to probably use Gilded for my color of, this is where I keep my embossing powders. It's not a fancy system. Most of my craft supplies are in totes and Tupperware boxes. But, I mean, I'm just thankful to have a room to keep it all in. So I've got my embossing pillow, little embossing buddy. I've got Brutus Monroe and Versamark, Simon Says stamp, different embossing inks. I like the Brutus Monroe. And then, so the owl, I could make him with gilded sparkle. I kind of want to either use gilded sparkle or just regular gilded. And I thought if I used the gilded sparkle, it'll really pop off the card front, because the card front has all those small feathers all over it. So I think I'm going to go with the gilded sparkle. We'll see how that goes. This gilded sparkle, excuse me, has so much glitter in it. It's very messy indeed. All right, I'm just going to grab a piece of scratch paper and I'll be right back. Okay, the scratch paper. I got my board. Okay, so yeah, isn't this owl adorable? So, Scrapbooking Made Simple. I purchased some products from them last July, and the owl is from this die cut set. The company is called Ultimate Crafts, and I just got it in the mail yesterday. They're based out of the United Kingdom. They're based out of UK, and they're called Ultimate Crafts. And this is the Ooh La La collection framed owl set. So it's a really nice set. Yeah, and that Scrapbooking Made Simple is Stacy. She's hilarious. Her videos are so much fun to watch. She just puts a smile on my face. And she said that when you order from this sale that they have once a year, I think they call it the Shop That Didn't Hop. Basically, you know, you can't be in any rush to get your order because they're just a small mom and pop shop. They don't have a lot of staff, and their ability to fulfill the massive number of orders that they receive is very limited. So she said you could get your shipment 2 months from now, 3 months from now, 4 months from now. Well, I ordered it in July of 2018, and it just came yesterday. So, I mean, I almost forgot that I had ordered it. It had been so long, but they were on sale. They were like 70% off. I mean, it's a really great sale. And I think it's usually in July. So, I don't want to get any of my fingerprints all over this. Okay, so I've embossed it. I mean, I've used my embossing buddy. I'm going to take the Brutus Monroe embossing ink and cover him or her with as much as I can. I like to really saturate it and get a good coating of that ink on to the stencil or whatever you want to call this, the die cut. Okay. I'm going to grab it again with my scissors just to make sure I have a nice coating on there. Oh yeah, I put it up to the light. I can see I've got a nice coating on there. So get a fresh piece of paper. So here's what happened with me, Caroline. I decided to pay then. So you have an option. You can pay right away when you place your order for this special sale, or you can wait until it's time to ship, and you can pay when it's time to ship. So the choice is yours. And what I decided to do was to pay for it back in July when I placed the order, which I'm glad I did. That way it's taken care of. I don't have to worry about coming up with the money, but I bought a lot of stuff. I'll do a video of all the stuff that I purchased, and I only spent $40, and I got a ton of dies. I could not believe the sale was incredible. There was one item that I had ordered originally back in July that was out of stock. Aw, that's so cool. I do the same thing, Heidi. So what I'll do is I'll take my Nook and I'll get to YouTube and I'll just watch videos while I'm, you know, cleaning or, you know, washing clothes, washing the dishes. Holy cow, I just dumped that whole pot out on that owl. I think that was a little overkill. Oh well, he'll be nicely coated. Whew, is that pretty? That is just beautiful. That gilded sparkle, oh my. Oh, is that gorgeous. There's just something about that gilded sparkle. I don't know what it is. I better tap it off though. I'm going to have glitter sparkle everywhere. I mean, like everywhere. Yes. Hey, it makes time go fast, I think. So it was so funny, you guys. On Monday, it was President's Day, and my son didn't have any school. So I took a paid day off work, sort of like a vacation day, because my husband's laid off right now. So I knew that we would want to all get together and do something together. Well, we ended up going and getting new cell phones because my husband has a flip phone. And I don't know if you realize this, but they're becoming obsolete. It's getting harder and harder to use a flip phone in today's cell phone world. So I'm just using a fabric sheet to try to, this is a used fabric sheet, to try to get some of that glitter up. I have Swiffer as well, but I don't know where I put those at the moment. Okay, so I'm going to, oh my gosh, I have glitter everywhere. This, not glitter, but you know what I mean. This gilded sparkle everywhere. It's everywhere. But that's okay. You walk out of your craft room covered in glitter. That means you accomplished something, right? That means it was a good day in the craft room. Okay, so I'm going to turn my heat gun on. So if you want to turn your volume down, I don't want to. Get this thing hot. Whoops. It's not done yet. Okay. Sorry about that. Now, so you'll notice that I do not use the Wagner heat tool because it is hotter than Hades, as Daniel said the other night. And I have a tendency to burn paper, and I'm just really not comfortable using it. So I stick with this old heat gun that was my sister's. I don't even know where she got it from, but it's not as hot. It takes a little bit longer to work, but it does the job, and it keeps me from burning my fingers and burning the paper. So I have to actually go over this one more time because I see a couple spots where I missed. So I'll be right back. Okay, I missed some area on his little eyebrows. Look at him. Isn't he a cutie pie? I love it. I love this owl. I think it's adorable. I think I might have to use him at Stamp Club whenever it's my turn to teach. I did a video of the... Oh, so I'm sorry. I wasn't even looking at the chat. Oh, yeah, Diane. So my husband's did break. So he had to get a new one. He had to. But he didn't want to. He wanted to keep his flip phone. and he was not happy about having to get an iPhone. But it was so funny because whenever we went to the store to get a new phone and we were talking about what we needed and everything, I said, well, I watch a lot of YouTube videos, so I really want to have a good amount of data on my data plan so that I can watch YouTube videos. And the guy just looked at me and I said, oh, and I also have my own YouTube channel. So it's really important to me to be able to have a phone that does really well with recording. So that's what happened. I thought, I can't believe I'm saying this. If you would have asked me this a year ago, I would have told you, no, that's never going to happen. You know, you're crazy. That's never going to happen to me. So it just goes to show you, you just never know, right? So I think I'm going to have to not use the feather paper. All right, Caroline, I'll talk to you later. Thank you for jumping on. We're almost done. I appreciate that you were able to join us for a little bit. It's so good to hear from you. Have a great weekend. So, I don't know. I think the feather paper might be a little bit too busy. Tell me what you all think. I don't know whether I should put it on the feather paper or if I should put it on the gold paper or a different color. I have craft. I think craft would blend too much with the color of the frame. I don't have to use the frame. I could save the frame for something else. I mean, I could just use the owl with the feather paper. Yeah, I think the feather paper just is so pretty, and I don't know what I'm doing here. I don't know if I should like take an, oh, you know what? I have an oval. Maybe what I should do is do this instead. Tell me what you think. See if this makes it better. So what I did was I grabbed just a white oval that I had die cut. Yeah. What do you think, Lisa? Do you think the white is good, or do you think I should a solid oval and a darker color? Okay. Yeah, I think so. I think that would be better. All right. So I have some paper here from when I was cutting out my owl earlier. This is the last card, by the way, you guys, and I really appreciate all your help. This has been so nice. It's been great to catch up with you all. So maybe this color. I'm going to get my die cutting machine out one last time. I will be right back. Trying to make room on my desk here for my Sidekick machine. Okay. All right. I might have some yellow. I have this gold, but it's like a yellow. Okay. Hold on a second. Let's see if I have. You know, I have this cream color too. I have scraps of this. Let me see here. What about, this is a lot like the color of the card stock. What do you think? Does that look good? I think that color's too light. I think the darker color would look better with a small oval. Oh, okay. ink the edge of the, okay. So go with the lighter color and then ink the edge solid. Okay, let me grab my oval shaped die cuts here. We'll get this loaded. Okay. And you know what's nice about card making is you can make another card in the future using the same idea and the same ingredients, for lack of a better word. And then you can try it with different colors in the future. So we'll go with this, I guess it's off-white. I guess that's what color this is. Yeah, I think it's better than white. Yeah, I agree. Okay, we'll run this through. Excuse me. There we go. I made it small. I didn't make it really big. I just, so it looks like an emblem. I think that looks nice. That way he doesn't get lost with the feathers in the background. But I like the feathers. I think the feathers really, you know, obviously go along with the theme of the owl. So that looks good. All right, let me get this machine out of the way and we'll get this one together. Okay. I want to thank you all for joining me today. It's been really, really nice to catch up with everybody. Oh, that's right. You said to ink the edges of this paper. What color? So these feathers are blue, orange, navy, light blue, a little bit of red. Maybe I should ink the edges in blue. Some kind of blue color. Let's see here. Yep, I think blue would look nice. So let's try the rock candy since it's the lightest color of blue that I have. And then if that's not enough of a contrast, then I can go to cornflower or Oz or lapis or cabana. But we're going to start with the rock candy. Yeah, I could test it on scrap paper. That's a good idea. Oh, I can't hardly even see it. I don't know. That might be what we're going for. What about Oz? I love that color. It's like a greenish blue. Yeah, I think that's what we're looking for. Something that gives it a little bit of a contrast. We'll just go around it lightly. I must be really concentrating because I'm not talking. Okay, there we go. All right. All right. Here we go. I think that turned out nice. I think that gives it enough of a contrast that it's not all the same colors repeating themselves over and over again. Helps it stand out a little bit. All right, I'm going to adhere this. Thank you, everybody. Again, thank you for having the patience to join in with me today. I appreciate everybody that's still on and that was able to hang out with me. And those of you that were able to jump on for a little bit and leave, it's just greatly appreciated. I know how busy everybody is. I'm just so glad I was able to get back on again and do a live. Feels like it's been months since I've been able to. Oh yeah, I should have popped up the owl. That's what I should have done. I still can, Diane. I can pop him up. Boy, that's going to be tricky. He's pretty intricate. But I could put some pop dots on his shoulders. Those are the two areas that he's actually the most broad. I should have popped up the oval too. That would have looked nice. But yeah, I'll take your advice, Diane, and I'll pop him up with some of my foam tape. Yeah, that would look nice. Well, I'm so glad that you all were able to help me today. Got 4 cards done, 4 people off my list. Let's see, what do I have left? I have when I get a chance, probably tomorrow, I have to do one for the 85th birthday and one for the baby, a couple who's expecting their second child. But I think that's pretty good. The birthday card is already late, so it's going to be okay if it's a little bit later. Yeah, he's pretty intricate, but I think I can put a couple pieces of foam on him and then just adhere him with his shoulders. I think that'll work out good. Let me just peel this off. Oh, Sandy, you're always a great help to me. I'm just so glad you were able to join in, that we were able to reconnect through a live. I'm glad we're able to stay in touch through Christopher's lives as well. All right, everybody. Thank you so much. I'm really pleased with that owl. I might have to make a couple more cards using the owl. That turned out really nice. Okay, well, I'm going to clean up my mess and get ready to work on my taxes, because the sooner I get that done, then the sooner I can make more cards, right? All right, everybody. It was so nice to be live with you. Thank you so much for joining in. And we'll be making more lives in the future. And we'll hopefully be seeing you real soon. Everybody have a great weekend.